Today's video, I want to talk about buying a Jeep Cherokee, why you should buy one before 2023. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that really made me want to share this with you, because I had a lot of people ask me about, I'm really wanting to buy a Cherokee. I don't know if I should wait. Your videos have inspired me to buy a Cherokee, but I haven't found one with a good deal like you have. Well, I hate to break the bad news to you. You're probably not going to find a decent Cherokee nowadays for the price I got mine at. As you know, I got mine for $1,500. It needed a lot of work, but we were replacing all that stuff anyway. Go back on the channel, check out the build we did. It did a lot. We did a lot of stuff to it. We went through different changes with it, and to get it to where it is now, I got a lot of money in it. And that's okay, because now it's trail capable. It's daily. You can drive it daily. You can take it to the grocery store, whatever. It's made for whatever I want to do with it, right? Now, when I was younger, when I first started getting into Cherokees, I always wanted to buy a TJ or a YJ, and I wanted to save up money and buy one. Well, at the time, I didn't make a lot of money, and they were going for about $5,000, $6,000, right? So I just held off and kept buying Cherokees and kept buying other things like Chevy trucks and, stuff that I like playing with and driving around. And the next thing I know, TJs and YJs were going for almost $10,000. So they're not going to go down anytime soon. That's what brings me to the XJ. The XJ is following the same footsteps. They started out at like $1,500, $2,000. I got on Facebook Marketplace and I took a look at my surrounding areas, even a couple states over. And for a decent Cherokee, you're looking at $6,000, $7,000. And, back in the day, you could buy a Wrangler for $1,500, $2,000, and all that good stuff. Like I said, the XJ is following the Wrangler's footsteps. Now, why is that? For one, inflation. Two, the popularity of the XJ. In my opinion, the XJ drives a lot better down the highway. And just drives around, period, a lot better than the Wranglers do, because it's not a big brick in the wind. My Wrangler here is just a big square lifted up in the air, and you're pushing against the wind, and sometimes it's not pleasing to drive. I'm going to be honest with you. The Cherokee is actually not that bad. It has its days when the wind was blowing, and stuff like that, but it's a lot more aerodynamic, and shape and the look is just amazing for a station wagon SUV. And that's why everybody loves them. And number two, things are super cheap for them. You can do whatever you want to these things, from anywhere from the unibody clear up to the headlights and taillights. There is tons of stuff that can be done. And as of 2022, parts for the XJ is starting to go up a little bit. All the aftermarket stuff, rock sliders, all that stuff, they're starting to go up just a little bit. So my recommendation is, if you are looking for a Cherokee, a decent Cherokee, and it costs around $3,000, $4,000, I would buy it right now, before 2023, because they're just going to get even higher and higher and higher, to where you're not going to be able to buy them. They're not going to be really worth it. And I don't know what your budget is. People have different budgets. What is cheap to you? What is cheap to me? A $1,500 Cherokee that's in good shape like I have, that's a steal, right? But if I had $5,000, I would definitely buy a Cherokee, like we looked at. It wouldn't bother me one bit. So everybody has a different budget, budget friendly, cheap build. It just depends how much money you make, how much money you have stored up. But as for the XJ, it's only going to get worse for the prices. And the rust issue is going to get worse because they're just going to get more rusted out. The miles are going to keep going up. These Jeeps have been around, since the late 80s, and these Jeeps are just racking up the miles. So what's going to happen is these Jeeps are going to be junk by the time you buy them if you're holding out. The motor's going to need rebuilt. Like mine, it had a lot of miles on it, 200 and some thousand miles. I know a 4.0 goes forever, but, I didn't treat this 4.0 that great when I had it. The guy that had it before me, just drove it, around. And it was bound to need a rebuild. And that's what we did. So, honestly, if you're looking for a Cherokee, you need to buy one right now. If you have the cash saved up, start searching right now, because I have a feeling that the XJs are no longer going to be budget friendly. And that's the same way with the Toyota trucks and all that other stuff. All these budget friendly vehicles have gone up, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing at the same time, because it's once the XJ starts going up, everybody's going to be like, well, I can get this out of this, and it's just going to be a across the board thing. And YouTube honestly doesn't help the XJ scene because of what people do with them and how they show you how to build them. And honestly, was over 2 billion of them made, so everybody wants one. Everybody's looking for one. Everybody's looking for that good deal, that non-rusted out Jeep, that pretty paint job. Everybody's always looking, because I believe a lot of it had to do with YouTube. And, the people I looked up to when I was building mine, and people look up to my channel building theirs, and they're looking up to other channels. And it's only making the price go up. So I just wanted to share this video with you. It wasn't, any cool video or a fun video or a mod video, but just want to, talk to you and tell you that if you're looking for a Jeep Cherokee, definitely buy one. If you can find one for a good deal and you've been sitting on it for a while, you've been negotiating with somebody, you've been keeping your eye on one, you saved it on Facebook Marketplace, you've been looking around different states, my recommendation is get your money together, start saving up as fast as you can, sell things that you don't need, and if you really want a Jeep Cherokee to build, you better do it before the end of the year, because I believe they're going to skyrocket and it's only going to make it worse. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I'm Cherokee Ronnie. Stay dirty, my friends.